Step 1. On our desktop, we will create a folder, and we will name this folder 001 underscore LRC underscore watched underscore folder. And the purpose of this folder is to receive the images from your camera memory card. Step 2. Let's prepare our external hard drive or internal hard drive by creating a folder to store our Lightroom Classic libraries and create a folder to store image files that will be transferred from our watch folder on our desktop. In order to do this, we want to navigate to our hard drive. Wherever you have your hard drive stored, if you'd like to move across and select that hard drive, which I'm doing now, you will find that we have got a clean hard drive in order to complete this process. The first thing I'm going to do is create a folder, create a new folder, and I'm going to give it a name. So I'm just going to call it 001 underscore LRC underscore LABS for libraries. Okay. When I say libraries, we can have more than one library. So from that particular point of view, this could store several libraries if you set up Lightroom that way. With that one created, we're going to create yet another one. And the second library we're going to set up is for our image files. And this new library, I'm going to give it O2 just to keep it in an orderly fashion. And that will be called O2 image files. And I'm just going to call it 2022. Now again, under this particular file, it's important that we create a destination which will receive the files from our watch folder. So with this selected, we're going to create another folder directly below this one. So we open that folder, and inside of this folder, we're going to create a new folder, and we're going to call this particular folder 01 underscore, and it's going to be LRC underscore auto TF for transfer from the watched folder. So what we've actually done now is we've set up a link. We know that the images from our memory card will arrive here. The software will watch this, and if anything arrives here, the software will then automatically transfer it to this folder, which will feed your Lightroom Classic. And now we can have a look at our hard drive structure. Hard drive structure is 001 LRC libraries. Our library data will be in there. And on 002, we're going to find our image data. And we're also going to find the images that have been automatically transferred from our desktop. Step 3. We want to open the Lightroom Classic software and prepare the software by creating our library file and storing the library file onto our hard drive. The first thing we want to do is we want to load LRC. So if you go to wherever your start program is on your computer and load LRC. If you've used the software previously, you will have something similar to what I see on the screen. What we want to do is we want to create a new library. So if we go to File and we create a new catalog, and from this catalog, we're going to give it a name and we're going to store it in the area that we created on our hard drive. So first of all, I'm going to navigate to that hard drive, and we can actually see that we've got them 2 folders that we previously created. And we're going to select the first one because that is where our Lightroom libraries will be stored. So if I select it, it knows to put the library in here. We've got to give the folder a name, and we're going to call this 001 underscore L or C, and it's going to be a library. And to keep it simple, I'm just going to use month and day, month and year. And I'm going to create it in that location. And you'll find that the software automatically exits it. And what it's going to do now is it's going to go off and create all of the files that it needs in order to manage Lightroom. So if we go out to the hard drive and just examine the hard drive, we'll find under our library, we've got that folder that we just created. And under that folder that we created are all of the system files that Lightroom has created in order to function properly. From the menu on the top toolbar, select File by clicking on File, and then click on Auto Import and move over to Enable Auto Import and click. If you now go back through File, Auto Import, you'll find that Enable has got a little tick after it. Then select the Auto Import setting and click. You'll get up a window. First thing we want to do is we want to choose where our watch folder is located. So if we click on choose, we can go off to our desktop, and we've got the watch folder. We want to choose it. The coordinates have now been populated into this area. Next thing that we want to do is where do we want to move the images to? Okay, so we're going to choose where the images that are in here are moved to. So again, we're going to choose, and this time we're going to move to our external hard drive. And we're going to go to our image files, and we're going to pick up the 001 LRC Auto Transfer Watched folder. So when we click that, we're going to choose that folder. Now, under here, what's going to happen is we are going to create a auto imported photos. So this is going to automatically be created. So if we click OK, those coordinates have now been set by the software, and the software will look at that folder, watch it. If nothing arrives, nothing will arrive in our Lightroom Classic. But let's just test it with one image. And then before we finish off this instruction, we'll load in a few more images, and I will then show you how to categorize the image. If you've got images for landscape or portrait or whatever, we can effectively sort those out. So let's just test what we've done so far. Does it work? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to minimize Lightroom Classic. I'm going to just go to images. I've got a couple of images in here. I'm just going to double click that. So we don't, I'm just going to make a copy of this. So I'm going to duplicate that image, and I'm going to drop this copy into this folder. So if I take that, drop it into the watched folder, and if I move to LRC, the system works. You'll see that the file was automatically loaded across. So if you were dumping 200 images from your memory card onto that particular folder, it will automatically load into your Lightroom.